Welcome back, you guys. I absolutely did not get sick and leave up my Halloween decorations a little bit longer than I'm used to. And also, we won't be playing a game called Did Beth Edit Out a Sneeze during this entire video. So don't keep track of my awkward pauses that abruptly happen. I'm certainly not editing out a sneeze. That's fine. Look at these amazing cute treats. Those came from my neighbors across the street. Their family has like a cute little confectionery store and they made those. And I think I could do it too. And then I was like, but first, coffee. And so I had this very artsy shot of my coffee machine, which, by the way, my son steals most of the coffee from me. What a butthole. So here I'm asking my kids if they want to throw their jack-o'-lanterns into the forest or if they want me to do it. And some of them were like, no, I want to save it. And I was like, no, it will rot. And I don't want rotting pumpkins in my home, especially jack-o'-lanterns, because the holiday, I was going to say season. Yeah, the season has passed. It's not spooky season, idiots. It's like cozy season. So then Calvin takes his stolen coffee that he stole from me and dumped it on your feet. That's why his head's in there just bobbing in and out. He is wiping your feet off. You're welcome. So this is all I have outside is a couple hangies, not that interesting, and like one inflatable jack-o'-lantern thingy that we left inflated for a solid 2 days after Halloween. That's fine. I'm not sick. It had nothing to do with me being sick. There's nothing cute outside. The inside of my house is amazing. It's spooky. It's incredible. I hang floating candlesticks for F's sake. Outside, I throw out 2 things 15 minutes before trick-or-treaters get there. I want to change that. So this day that you're watching here, that's Sunday Beth, and for part of it, some of it's Monday Beth, no worries. Saturday Beth went on a hunt for after Halloween sales for bigger items, and I was going to try to vlog it. So this is what we're looking for. We don't care about almost anything else. That one has damage. What kind of damage? Stands 6 feet at tallest point, 5'4" wingspan. Sam's Club doesn't have any Halloween stuff either. I need to go this way. Okay, I want to go this way because stop looking at the ceiling, nerds. So Home Depot didn't have any. Sam's Club didn't have any. A Target would be the other option, but I'm not here for that. I am here to get some snacks for my kids, energy drinks for my husband, and because I'm here and I remembered, I also want to get I'm fine. My brain won't tell me what it's called, but I know it's in the style. When I see it, I'll get excited. And I'll be like, oh yeah, that. What does it look like? Oh, there, it's OxyClean. I found it. So that's what I'm going to do privately. Please respect my privacy at this time. And I got to Spirit of Halloween and found one thing for 50% off. And then I was absolutely destroyed by fatigue. Not because I'm sick, but because of other reasons, I'm sure. It was a sugar hangover from trick-or-treating. So I could not really function anymore. I went to Sam's Club, did a quick sweep of that, and then bought a bunch of snacks because one of my kids was like, we're low on snacks. And that just seemed reasonable to me. So I was like, okay. And then we didn't even really put them away. So they're stacked on the counter. I laid on the couch the rest of Saturday. Like that was it for me. I was done. And then today that you're looking at today, I'm like, okay, now we can get the house done. I don't quite have the energy for it. I get the totes out. I have so many totes. Some of it's to put away Halloween decor. Some of it is to pull out the deep fall decor. And then one of them I want to swap. We'll talk about it when I see it, maybe if I pay attention to what I'm doing. But like, I needed to move some things. I wasn't happy with how I was storing some things. And so I'm getting dishes going and I'm like, yes, I'll totally have enough dishes. I absolutely don't. I made dinner all 5 nights because on Wednesday I made bulk chicken soup. And so we ate bulk chicken soup Wednesday and then Thursday. And then Friday I made oven pizza. So like it wasn't high effort, but we didn't order in, and that was incredible. But we did order in both Saturday and Sunday. That wasn't a weird edit, was it? No, it's fine. I randomly stopped talking and nobody added any tallies to their count. So I don't have as many dishes as you would think for someone who hasn't been doing crap. So seriously, though, honestly, why do I not have that many dishes? Why? Uh, did I dishes as I goed over the week? Maybe. I think I have been. I think I have been doing some dishes as I goed because I tidy as I go, TM. And I think I have been keeping up on my dishes. And that's where I was like, yeah, let's get it going. And I don't have enough for a full load. And I found that to be notable to the extent of the fact that I'm noting it to you guys. So we don't get the dishes going, but we do get dishes in there. And that's pretty exciting, right? This is the thrilling stuff we all look forward to. Don't count that edit for anything. I am totally healthy. I don't care what you say. So, one more child fell ill. That means we have one last one standing. And a lot of this illness, which I know nothing about, starts with a sore throat. And then it like really gets deep into your throat, like the back of your ears, you know, the ear connection part of your head space, the throat ear connection. It gets so achy, and then you lose some of your voice, and the fatigue is really there. But there's not much of a cough. There's a little bit of a running. Oh, hold on. I said the word cough, immediately started coughing. Don't think it's going to be followed by a sneeze. Oh, no. Okay, it's still holding on. It's like my eyes are watering. It's right there. But I think we powered through. We powered through. We didn't even sneeze. Yeah, we'll see. It's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine. Nobody's sick. So, one more child was like, my throat doesn't feel great. And I was like, haha, that's how it starts. And they're like, absolutely not. I've never been sick a day in my life. I'll never be sick. This isn't sickness, but my throat does hurt. And so we're still working through that honey, the tea. One of my lemons, which I don't discover until later, one of my lemons already has mold all over it. And so I threw them out. What a jerk. So we had 2 of the 4 very expensive organic lemons because I was like, oh, if we're sick, we don't need pesticides. So I went organic and it was 4 effing lemons. I don't remember how much it was, like $6 or something stupid. Whatever. It's like the olden days when like citrus was so exclusive because you could only get it in the tropics and shipping was like just all the boats were made out of wood and not really reliable in storms and maybe piracy. I'm not really sure how often oranges were pirated. Oranges, limes, you know, citrus. How often are those pirated? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And yeah, of course, we have Florida that claims to grow all of the oranges, but where are our lemons grown? No one talks about the lemon state. Which one's the freaking lemon state? Who knows? It's not Florida. Florida's the orange state. I'm in the peach state, which is really fancy. Washington's the apple state. California, like, yeah, I guess a lot of the food, but like avocados. Because New Mexico, I would say, I don't know why we're doing this. It's just something we're doing, guys. Shut up. It's fine. You play along with me. Say it out loud. Make your husbands think you're crazy. Okay, so I feel like New Mexico is more like that aloe vera plant, which I believe is what you make tequila out of. But I would Google that if I were you. I would not use that to be gospel truth, but everything else I have said is gospel truth. That's the New Mexico thing. Everything else I say prior to and after this, 100% true. Google proof. I would not Google it if I were you because you're a bad cult member if you Google the things I say, but that one thing. Okay, fine. Okay. I do know that there's a lot of rice in this area because we have rice plantations, which I found to be very weird. I bet if you went inland more, we had the tobacco plantations, but maybe that was more Virginia. But Georgia and South Carolina had rice plantations, which I didn't know until I moved here, which is right next door to a old rice plantation. I found that to be extremely bizarre. And they're like, yeah, here in South Carolina. And they were like snooty. I guess like they turned up their noses at the tobacco plantations because they're like, you guys are kind of trashy. And I found that to be bonkersville. Like, what is it about rice that makes you better than the tobacco people? Like, do you just get more money, or is it the malaria because you're in a swamp? Like, which is it that makes you feel like you're fancier? Like, what, who are we doing here? Not who, what, sorry. But also, but not really. I don't want to go there. Anyways, so I'm going to give South Carolina rice, even though I don't know if they grow it there anymore. I know they grow a ton of rice in California because we used to drive through the rice things all the time. Kind of near San Francisco. If you're curious where the rice is grown, it's like a little bit north of San Francisco. The part of California everybody pretends doesn't exist, where they're like, oh, San Francisco's Northern California. No, Middle California. It's Middle California, idiots. There's so much of that state. And we just like brain dump, I would say 30 to 40% of that state. We're just like, doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Oregon. Are you thinking of Oregon? I'm not. Okay, weirdly, by the way, that edit was for no reason. By the way, I had an old neighbor from Oregon whose name is Mona. She called me. She kept texting me like, hey, this is your exact next door neighbor. Want to check base with you. And I was like, here, I do not have a neighbor, especially not a exact next door neighbor named Mona. So I thought it was like either a phishing scheme or it was genuinely somebody confused. And I was like, hey, check the number you wrote down. You're definitely not my neighbor because I do not have a neighbor named Mona. But I used to years and years and years ago, right? I mean, she wasn't even my neighbor when I left Oregon. She had moved previously. So it's been a long time. And then I kept getting texts from her. Like, she never acknowledged the fact that I said, I'm not your neighbor. This is not who you think I am. Never got acknowledged. Then I was in a group text that she added me to with another, like mid-conversation about somebody's sick husband. Like in the middle of it, like, oh, okay, so he's doing well. The family's rallying around, blah, blah. And I was like, still not the correct person. Here's what's weird. She called me last night and finally I answered because I was like, somebody's husband's sick. It feels important. And I was like, hey, how's it going? And it pulled up the full name. So it was my former neighbor. I had first name, last name. So I was like, okay, clearly I do know this Mona. She was my neighbor at one point, but she is confused on who she's texting. And so I was like, hey, how's it going? She's like, hey, are you home right now? I was like, where do you think my home is? She's like, what? And I was like, I do not live in Oregon. I am not your neighbor any longer. We used to be neighbors, but I think you think I'm somebody else. And she goes, is this Beth? And I was like, yes. Weird. She's like, Beth. And then she says a last name that is absolutely not my last name. I was like, nope, that is not me, my love. It is a Beth, which is hilarious, but not the Beth you're looking for. These are not the Beths you're looking for. And so, she's still like, I still feel like she has no idea who I am. I was like, we lived on this street together. And she's like, no. I was like, we did. And then she's like, okay, well, bless your family, bless your heart, bless everything, peace be with you. And I was like, oh, and also with you, because I'm not going to say and with your spirit. Stop changing stuff, Catholics. We're doing old Catholic crap. Like I'm not doing this and with your spirit. No, it's also with you and also with you. It's not with your spirit. I'm not doing that. I can pay my indulgences. I want to go back to that Catholic ways where we're like, oh, we want to buy something fancy. We need to build a new building. Let's sell rich people get out of jail free cards. That's the church I'm into right now. Like, I want the conspiring political nonsense. Sure, the popes have babies with other women, but it's only scandalous if they acknowledge that there's their kids. Looking at you, the Borgias. But that's what I want. I do not want any of this newfangled Catholic churchy stuff. That's stupid. What were we talking about before that, though? Anything? So we are putting up our Halloween decor. This is still Saturday Beth, right? No, Sunday Beth. Still Sunday Beth. Oh, that smelled like I'm putting up stuff and that smelled a little bit like fire. And I was starting to get concerned. And I kept smelling something maybe starting to burn. It was that cloth because it had been under the candles. My daughter's super into lighting the candles right now. And so it just smelt a little bit more smoky than I was looking for. My voice sounds normal. I wouldn't comment on that if I were you guys in the comments down below. Okay. So, I own a weird amount of wizarding and witches' wands. Naturally, they are not decor. Those are just the Harry Potter wands that we own. And I don't think we should talk more about that. When I was putting these spiders up, I was a lot more creeped out about the idea of the spiders moving, but taking them down, not as worried. I guess because they didn't attack me in the week since I've had them up. I was so sad to only have my Halloween decor up for like a week. That was a massive bummer. Next year, I really do want to put it up for almost all of October. It just feels so amazing. Like the vibes are so incredible. I think it's the floating candles. I think it's the lights on the mantle. It just felt really, really cozy and like old castle creepy, not haunted house creepy. And that's what I wanted to go for. That was really the vibe I wanted. And so I was a little bit sad to be taking them down, but it is weird having spiders crawling out of your TV during November. I don't think that's okay. And then later, I forget to turn the camera on because I'm just really excelling at life right now, not because I'm sick, because I'm really, really healthy. And hold on, I'm not pausing for any reasons. One unrelated edit later. Definitely not going to cut out anything in like 2 seconds anyways. I go into the schoolroom area and I'm taking that giant spider off of the bookshelf and I don't hit record, but I'm folding its legs up and it hits me in the face every single time. And it was very frustrating. And I was really sad to come back to the camera and realize none of those face punches were recorded. It was kind of a huge bummer because I think you guys would have gotten a kick out of watching me repeatedly get smacked by a spider. And so that's fun. Okay, here, I don't have a good angle, but I am pulling all of my fall stuff out of this bin so that I can put my Halloween stuff in as well and it can like settle to the bottom. And also I want all of my fall stuff out so I can see where it goes. A lot of this was a lot more logistical than I thought, where I'm like, okay, let's bring my Halloween stuff into the living room and I can put that stuff away and get my fall stuff out. And then we can put the fall stuff up after the Halloween stuff's out. I don't know. I don't really feel like I think it's probably because I have so much Halloween decor and I don't have enough fall decor. I really don't. You guys. I need some more and I will find some somewhere. But I just have so much Halloween stuff that it's a lot more involved. This feels like putting up Christmas, that level of decorations, which you'll see when I pull down Christmas because I love it so much. And I am going to do a little bit of pre-Christmas, post-Christmas sale shopping. That's a real thing. Typically, I like to wait until the holidays pass to buy things because you get it on discount. But there are some very specific things that I want from Hobby Lobby that is Halloween decor that I just didn't find enough of. Luckily, they recycle almost all of their decor. And so I'm going to get in there early, meeting probably later this week, to try to get a handful of the very specific things I want. And I will show them to you when I feel like it, like when it's closer to Christmas, because I am not decorating for Christmas until after Thanksgiving, even though the real YouTuber deep down inside would. I just can't. It's so hard because you want to have your content ready to put out prior. Like, okay, realistically, what I should do if I was a good YouTuber, if I was the goodest of good YouTubers, which I am. I'm clearly the best YouTuber, but also there's my themed cat, my black cat in the back. There's my themed Halloween cat. I love her. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I'm totally healthy and my brain is really good and not fuzzy at all. And I don't want a cough drop, and that's fine. I should do practice Thanksgiving the week before Thanksgiving, like have a full Thanksgiving feast with a full table landscape. I should do that like next week and then have it edited so I could post it the week before Thanksgiving so that you guys, like, when you're getting your meals together and you're planning stuff like that, the inspiration's ready. But it seems so wretched to have to pre-celebrate all of your holidays. It just does. So really, I need to get my Christmas decorations out, my house fully decorated, and have all of that footage done. So all of my fall stuff put away and all of my footage done the week before Thanksgiving so that when I come out, I have when I come out, I mean to say I can post like the day after Thanksgiving, I can post my full come decorate Christmas with me thing to like catch the algorithm. But I'm not that good of a YouTuber. Well, no, because what we do for our family, our transition, our tradition is to transition. Fun. After we finish eating Thanksgiving, because I made some very intense pre-marriage negotiations with my husband. It's in our prenup, which we don't have, but it is in our marital vows, because literally anything could be in our marital vows because nobody could understand the priest that married us. It wasn't so much the Princess Bride marriage, but the Princess Bride's priest was brought up a lot at my wedding party. He had such a thick accent that Mark and I genuinely don't know exactly what he said. So whenever we're in an argument and we want to win, we announce that it's in our marriage vows that the other one said that they would do this. And you can't argue with that because we genuinely don't know what was said. I don't even know if we're actually married. Maybe. I mean, we filled forms out with the state, but like, does the Catholic Church know we're married? We were in a church. Things were said. I looked cute. My dad was there. His wife wore white. Like, all of the things happened. So am I married? Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to divorce him anyways. Oh, so I was watching, I'm still very much in a how do I get to be the best YouTuber who ever did YouTube zone. And I was watching Kim from The Watts because I really respect her editing. I love the way she blends her videos, and I do think I want to emulate that a little bit. Now, when I say I want to be a better YouTuber, I'm not saying I want to change who I am or the vibe or anything like that. I just want to have my videos flow a little bit better. I definitely don't have a headache right now. I'm totally healthy. And so I'm watching people that I admire their editing, but she's, even for me, coming from me who is batshit crazy and like I'm very energetic. She is a level higher than me and I just can't. Like, it's so much high energy that I just can't. I have a hard time consuming her content, but I admire her and I aspire to have very similar edited videos, not the chaos, like the high energy. That's not who I am so much, but the editing. Okay, I hope I explained that really well. And so I was trying to watch a few of her videos and I was like, you know what? I don't want to watch her latest videos. What I should watch are her highest watched videos. Let me see what was so successful for her. And then I'm going to try to replicate something similar. Okay, pause in that story. Watching this back, I really like how that looks right there. And I might change it. In real life, it doesn't look great. Here, I am flipping this N around because I had touched those candles in a previous decorate. And then I touched the N and the red transferred from my hands onto that N and it was bothering me quite a bit. But I really did like the deep red mixed in with those garlands. That looked really interesting to me. Maybe we'll go back to it. I don't know. Okay, so I filter through Kim's videos, the WODs, and she has like 600,000 subscribers. Like she's just a great YouTuber. Her top 3 videos, which have millions and millions of views, millions of views. Yeah, they're all her giving birth. So hard to do. But I asked Mark, I was like, hey, babe, YouTube wise, what do you think about putting several more babies in me? Because those look like they perform well. And he said no. And I said, okay, fine. Then the algorithm demands a divorce. And he said, fine. And I was like, yes. Okay, so we're getting a divorce. And then I want to remarry him because then we could have a whole dating a new guy. That's probably good content. All of you guys just please, can we pretend like it's not the same guy initially? And then I could be like, haha, it's real. And I'll rip off his mask and I'll say, I would have gotten away with it. It weren't for you pesky kids, probably my current kids, because like they'll keep accidentally calling him dad in real life. So they're the Scooby-Dooers who unmask my husband pretending to be somebody else, my ex-husband, if you will. They are Scooby-Dooing it out here. They're going to rip off his mask. It'll be cute. I'll have it well edited because at this time I have good editing skills in theory. And so the editing, you guys will be like, oh, her editing's so good. And then he and I will date again and then we'll remarry. And I was telling him it would be cute because we'll have a first anniversary again. And he said, no, the clock doesn't start over. You just picked up where you left off. And that is wrong. That's wrong, right? That he's wrong. You don't start over. Like you do start over. I'm sorry. I got mad and started arguing my point wrongly. You start over. You start over. You don't get to pick up where you left off. It's like being sober. You can't be sober, then take a shot and be like, haha, just kidding. I'm still sober. No, you start over. Those are the AA rules apply to marriages. Okay. So you get your coin for your 1-year anniversary. If you guys break up, do you give back the coin? I've never been in AA, but a lot of my family has. I should probably ask my family. Do you give back the coin? I'm not about to pause this and ask, but I'm going to remember to ask my family and be like, hey, besties. Yeah, because most of my family went through AA. For some reason, I didn't catch the I can't stop drinking bug, which is really nice. Apparently I was supposed to edit that part out, but I didn't. So in this video coming up, I want you guys to see that you can see Sammy pacing in front of my house. We are having a great time. She's pacing and I'm cleaning. And I am aware she's there, but I'm not paying very much attention to her. And so I'm coming in and I can hear her going, no, 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 please don't come any closer. Watch this, right? See her? And I think that there's probably a man approaching her. I was out there ready to fight. I was going to fight to the death, but it was a bee. A bee was bothering her. And she was like, no, no, no. And then when she came in, she's like, I think my outfit made it think I was a flower or maybe my hair. And I was like, you smell so good. Probably the bee smelt your shampoo and was like, oh, what a beautiful flower. And chased her inside. Anyway, but I was ready, like all of my adrenaline. I genuinely was like, I'm gonna have to fight a dude. And, I'd lose probably, but I bet you I'd be able to get there long enough to where my daughter can get back inside and hopefully she locked the door, but I doubt it. I need to have a conversation with my kids about locking the door after themselves if mom is fighting a dude on the front lawn. Okay, you guys, we're taking notes. First of all, ask family members about whether or not you have to give back your chip in AA if you relapse. Second, remind me to have the conversation with my kids about if mom's fighting a dude on the lawn, lock the doors, and we'll see what else comes up. That'll be fine. Thank you. Carry on. Okay, so blank slate. in here. Do I go somewhere else? No, I bring these in. I think I got these a few years ago at like the Target $1 spot. There's a chance I got them at like Dollar General or something. They're pretty cheap. And I wonder, do they look really cheap? So keep your eye on the prize here. I do need Tiki Tack, which I found again, because it's on the floor in my room, which is a nightmare in here. It's terrible. But I kept kicking it. And then when I was like, oh, I could use a little bit of Tiki Tack to put these leaves where I want them a little bit and hold it up so it frames the mirror better than falling down. Then I couldn't find the freaking Tiki Tack anywhere. Where is it? Okay, Mary, it's on the floor in front of my desk is where my Tiki Tack is. Thank you. And I'll redo it, but I need you guys to tell me when we go back and look at it if it looks tacky or cute. Tacky or cute. Okay, don't mind that. Back in with the garlands. That's where I'm going to pick up my editing. For some reason, I did not do a good job at keeping things in. Sorry about that. And now my freaking microphone's at a different distance. We will have to adjust. YouTubing is not hard. It's just sometimes some of us do not have a head cold and don't mess things up. It's fine. All right. Continuing on. So I don't give you guys a good overview, but when we would do the walkthrough of the final result, you guys can tell me whether or not we like leaves or tackiness. Oh my God. So, and I will absolutely have forgotten that I asked you that because I remember one video, I think it was something on my mantle or maybe it was my mantle at my fireplace. And I was like, what do you guys think or something like that? Posted it 10 seconds later, like put the voiceover back in, posted the video, and then all of the comments are about people's opinions on my fireplace mantle or something like that. And the whole time I was like, geez, people have really strong opinions. Like, what the hell is happening that everybody wants to talk about it? And then I think it was Brett, one of my mods, she was like, oh, since you asked about this, and I was like, I literally forgot I asked. I just thought everybody was obsessed with my fireplace and kept commenting on it. So there's a huge chance that I'm going to get a bunch of comments of you guys being like, the leaves are tacky. And I'm going to be like, why is everybody so mad about my leaves? Oh my God. Like why? Everybody's commenting on the leaves. And it's because I forgot. So that's pretty cool. The best thing about having my memory is everything is new and a surprise. So novelty is basically my entire vibe. Everything's new. I'm so excited to be a part of it. But I'm also blindsided by everything that I already knew. So that also is not so much fun, but it's okay. So I had left these. These are, by the way, we're deep in Monday Beth. So same pants though, because I did not wear my jeans very long. And jeans are things that I wear several times in a row until they get like really weirdly baggy. And then you wash them again to shrink them down. Unless obviously if I spill something on myself. But jeans are rewear clothes, right? I think jeans are rewear clothes. And I feel like pajamas are rewear clothes, which is actually not what everybody thinks. I think some people are one-time pajamas. Like you wear them that night, they go in the wash. Is that true? I know that's true because that's who Millennial Meg is deep down. But she's not trustworthy, so I don't believe in her. Not like Tinkerbell, I don't believe in her. Because if I clap, it does keep Millennial Meg alive, which is why you never hear me giving myself a round of applause. But yeah, so jeans, I'm wearing the same jeans, but I changed my shirt out and washed my hair in between, I think, maybe. No, I washed my hair after I cleaned my house and my hair is washed now. But that's how you know it's a different Beth. I changed my shirts out. Pretty cool. So now I finally have enough dishes kind of to run the dishwasher and it's finished now. And right before I sat down for my voiceover, so I was checking in with all my kids to see how school was going. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do a voiceover. It will take about an hour. Please, nobody bother me. And everybody said, okay. And then immediately is like, hey, Sammy, why don't you empty the dishwasher and reload it? And as I'm walking into my room, I was like, no, stop, just kidding, because I will go insane. I will hear all of the clanging as I'm trying to voice over, and I will be so mad and have to stop and like restart. And so I was like, please don't. She was so excited to not do her chore. And so that was very thrilling. But yeah, I almost set myself up for some pretty significant failure there. All right, now let's get this island done. I think I have my mantle done. I have my entryway done. Now let's decorate the kitchen. And I can't do the living room yet because I'm still trying to like figure out where all of this decor goes. And here's where I'm like really sure that I need more fall decor. I just don't think I have enough, you guys. It just doesn't look filled out enough for me. Probably because I was so bonkers in Halloween. I had so much stuff. But it's okay because like okay, so you get a ton out for Halloween and then it feels empty. So I'm going to fill out quite a bit more for Thanksgiving. I'm going to fill out quite a bit for Christmas. My house will be really over decorated. And then there is a natural reset because by the end of Christmas, I am so annoyed by having my Christmas up. I try to leave it until January 1st and I can't. It's so hard for me to do. But by then, I want empty, clean slates. And so it goes back down to much more, not like if you're a minimalist, clearly I'm never that, but it's a much more minimal, comparatively speaking to me, decor out. And then I slowly build as the time passes. Like spring, I have a little bit more. And then early summer is about on par with spring, to be honest, maybe a little bit less because I can't find the frickin' flowers that I want, like the exact color palette that I want. And so I don't have a lot of early summer decor because I can't find the ones I want, not because I think early summer is a low volume decor. It's for lack of finding, to be honest. Then middle summer, my Americana moments, that is really when I start picking up pace because I have a little bit more Americana stuff. And then I have my early fall. Oh, crap. I didn't talk to you guys about it. I have no idea if it's there or not. So I have a bin of my Americana decor. It has like some star garland and pillowcase covers and a blanket and a wreath. And it's my Americana. That's what I do for my late summer. And what I tend to do for that to start transitioning into fall, in my Americana, I have sunflowers. And when I go to early fall, I keep those sunflowers and then I add a deeper orange sunflower in it. And then I remove my American stuff. But that Americana was in a bin with Halloween stuff. And that really annoyed me when I was swapping out my decor because there's a gap. You have fall in between Halloween and Americana. That was weird. So when I was putting back up my Halloween stuff, I removed all of the Halloween out of that bin of the Americana and I fit it in with my deep fall / its own tubs. Then I took all of those sunflowers, the sunflower wreath, and the deep fall, like the early fall stuff, I put that in with the Americana. And I think that's a much better choice. And I wanted to tell you guys that it may come up later. I don't know. I was busy talking about really important things like divorcing and remarrying my husband. And so I'm not sure if you saw it. But look at my island. It feels really empty. And I need something to stuff into those lanterns right there, or the lanterns have to go away. One of the two. But it just feels really empty. I need more crap on that island for sure. That isn't just my groceries that I refuse to put away. Like I need decor crap. The more decorations I have on that island, the less space I have for all the other clutter. And so I feel like that's science on how to be a better declutter. Just add more clutter to keep away the other clutters. And that's how that works. My table's a little bit more cleared off because that's where I have my kids carve their pumpkins. And I laid down and taped parchment paper for them to whatever on, just carve on, and it was so easy to clean up. And so one of my kids like scrunched all of it up and threw it away. And I was like, where's the top to your pumpkin? Yeah, I had to dig through my own trash to find the top of the pumpkin. I set tea lights in the pumpkins. We carved on Halloween. It was one of our Halloween activities. I put tea lights in the pumpkins. And as we are handing out candy, just my husband and I, we let our kids go through the neighborhood with other kids. It was really cool. I was like, what is that smell? Oh my God. My neighbors next door to me popped popcorn and handed out fresh popcorn to everyone. And I thought their popcorn thing was burning. But no, the pumpkins were so tiny that the tea lights were cooking the crap out of the top of the lanterns. And so I had to take the tea lights out, and I ended up putting like greenish glow sticks in there and called it a day. Which is good because a lot of toddlers were really excited to grab the tea lights. Okay, that had been damaged in the wash. I don't think it, like, the top had shrunk so much more than the bottoms, and I threw it away. I kind of regret throwing it away. I wonder if I could have fixed it, but honestly, it's fine. It's fine. We can let it go. And so we're putting this on here, and I love that. So I am going to this week, because I absolutely have to, I'm going to do my neglected tasks video. And one of them is I have to clean. This isn't exactly what I was going to start with. I have to clean the outside of my windows. There's so much green, whatever it is that's growing on my windows, that it's hard to see out of them, to be honest. It's really bad. I haven't washed those part of the windows since we moved in. So it's been 2 years. But I also bought the fabric to reupholster the chairs. We're going to reupholster the chairs. I am going to stuff that middle cushion and the couch that I haven't stuffed ever. My husband's childhood best friend is coming in to visit. And honestly, I guess that's the push I absolutely needed. I want to get these things done, so I shall. And that will be coming this week. But I'm really excited about the fabric I bought for the chairs. I don't know, I'm excited. Okay, see here, I am moving the stuff over. So I did put my Halloween up, but now you guys get to see that I am consolidating the early fall stuff with the Americana stuff, and everything went upstairs. So that's also good to know. And we're getting really close to being done. Like, I can organize the living room pretty well. I'm trying to remember first of all, why I had that Ziploc bag in with the decorations. I wonder if it was a Ziploc bag that my black fabric-y, like cheeseclothy black cloths. What did I call them before? I don't know. I bet those are what they came out of, because I could not find that Ziploc bag, and I got really mad that I had to go put in a new one. So also, I forgot that I put you at a new angle, and I genuinely thought you guys could see the corner when I was setting it up here. It looks pretty cute. You'll see it in the final walkthrough. I do appreciate Kesha has, if you guys can find her, spot the Kesha. She has zero fear of the vacuum. When I come back through and vacuum off all the couch cushions, and like, also I'm grabbing all the other couch cushions and trying to like unmush them from her mushy little body, she could not care less. She is unfazed. Which is, I mean, it's aspirational. I want to be as unfazed as she. Look at her. Couldn't care less. All right. Yeah. Okay, good. You guys do get to see me vacuum this part where she just doesn't care. It's ridiculous. But I think it will be nice to finally, you can physically see, if you look, the cushion nearest us has stuffing. But look at the height difference with the next cushion and then the third cushion. That middle one doesn't have any additional cushioning, and it's so annoying, especially when I'm like laying in my nest. I wish I have been dying to have extra cushion in that thing for a solid year now. Cannot manage to do it though. It's just so exhausting. I bet you I get so sweaty again. Ugh. I'm trying to charge this lamp. I need to charge the other lamp, but I forgot what I was doing. So only one is on a charger, and I will fix that when I watch this back and hear my voice say that, and I'll fix it. I do look around and I'm like, do I have everything? Am I sure I have everything I want? And I get really confident about it. And I put everything up. It's up in the attic. I Nope, it's actually just at the top of the stairs because I know I'm going to need to pull it back down. There is a yellow sunflower underneath my kitchen table. Thank you, Leroy. Also, speaking of thank you, Leroy, poor little man, I heard him making weird noises. He froed up. He froed up outside. So I had to clean off his beard and clean everything up. Poor thing. And then he went to go chase squirrels because squirrels are the absolute enemy. He used to be like, oh, the forest is for us all. And he loved like gently exploring outside to see what he could find. But now that we put the fence up, it definitely put him in sentry mode. And he is like, nothing and no one will get past this fence. And he absolutely hates that the squirrels do not agree with that. He can't handle it. He gets so pissed. He just sits at the back window like those effing squirrels are in my effing yard again. And like, where was that energy for the armadillo? Leroy, he is just like, no, it's fine. The armadillo will dig a hole under the foundation and that's where he lives. Like, did Leroy take bribes? You know what? Honestly, he seems like the kind of dude who would absolutely take a bribe. And not like because he's evil, but because he'd want everybody to love him so much that he'd be like, no, it's fine, bestie. Like, I love you, Armadillo Man. I would love it if you came and dug a hole under my house. Like, as long as we're besties, let's do this. But he does not feel that way about the squirrels or the lizards. Those two things are unacceptable in his world. I don't think Kesha cares though. Kesha's like, the squirrels are bigger than me, so we're going to let them do what they want. She used to, when we had Beauty, our Rottweiler, Kesha would talk a real big game and then go stand immediately between Beauty's front paws. And it was ridiculous. It was so funny how she would just make all sorts of threats that she was absolutely going to make her sister cash that check. It was very funny. I'm glad I got these windows cleaned. When the pest people come, they spray our back patio so that not animals, but bugs won't cross through. But it leaves like drips going down my back windows and my back door, like these little brownish drips. And I absolutely hate it, but it's really hard for me to get motivated enough to clean it. But I did, and it's fine, I guess. I didn't really sweet potato supervise so much of this. Okay, so I want to sweep this area. I also just kind of wanted to organize the rug. It has been slowly but surely angling itself, and it wasn't centered or straight. And since I had it up, I was like, oh, I might as well sweep and mop right here. And then I get super pissed at myself. Like, why did I decide to mop? Why don't I mop at the ends of the week so that when my husband's friend gets here, I have nice mop floors? But I have been saying the why not wait 3 weeks now. So I freaking had to do it. I didn't want to, but I had to. Sorry about the aggressive sicky voice. I'm not sick. I just found a voice changer that makes me sound a little bit unwell for fashion. It's fashionable, guys. I'm an influencer. Let me influence you into having a fake sick voice. It's fine. You'll love it. Also, by the way, are we not going to talk about how my house is so much cleaner than usual, especially for somebody who is not sick and coming out of not being sick? What is even happening with me? Who am I? Oh, you know what? Honestly, though, if you saw my room, you'd be like, oh, yeah, no. Back on your shit again, Elizabeth. And I kind of am. It's not good in here, but I'll get it done, I'm sure. I have to. I have to like pretend I have my poop in a group for when Mark's friend shows up. So I could be like, hey, buddy. And I haven't seen him in so long. I think 10 years, maybe. I think I lived in North Dakota actually, and we drove over to Minnesota for his wedding. I think it's been that long, which is an exceptionally long time. But also, I kind of miss living in North Dakota. Oh, I bet you it's snowing there right now. Idiots who get snow. It will not snow here at all. Well, it might ice here and then the ice accumulates and then we call it snow, but it's not snow. But I really do need to take my kids to like a winter wonderland this year. I think they would really appreciate that. Where should I take them? Because I don't know. I could take them up to my family, but either there won't be any snow and it'll be very disappointing in Northern California. Either there will be no snow and it'll be really disappointing, or I'll get snowed in for 3 weeks and stuck. I don't know. Maybe I should just wait until the government reopens and we have a reliable paycheck before I make all these pie in the sky dreams. Also, can you believe it's still going? It's freaking wild to me. It's so crazy. Yeah, fingers crossed. We did also this month, we paid our mortgage. I'm pretty excited about that. We still haven't had to ask for deferments. We haven't had to ask for that yet. Really happy about it. We've been doing really well with not ordering out food and making our foods at home, which is also cool. I bet you we make oven pizza at home. It was buy one, get one. Love that for me. Probably going to do that because it's getting a little bit later in the day. I also thought about making, I was going to make baked potatoes, but it's too late to start the baked potatoes. They take like 100 million hours to actually cook. And I did not put in the baked potatoes at 7 a.m. this morning when I should have, when I knew I wanted a freaking baked potato. F. We'll have baked potatoes tomorrow. It'll be fine. And I'll like thaw out chicken. Grilled chicken and baked potatoes feels off, but like I know I have chicken. No, we'll just have baked potatoes, like fully loaded, extra loaded baked potatoes with extra bacon for our protein. And no, I have to make chicken. It doesn't matter. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. But I feel like baked potatoes can be a meal in itself, can't it? I think could. Oh, you know what we do have? We have beans, we have onions, we have garlic, we have seasoning packets, we have ground beef. We could make chili. And then my baked potato, we could also put chili on the baked potatoes. And then I will feel better about our baked potato being our meal. So maybe I might make chili. It'll make Mark really annoyed. He likes to be the chili maker of the family, but we'll see what happens. That could be an idea. I was also talking about the idea of making different soups because I really want soup right now. I'm in a very soupy mood. It has been colder here for us. It's been cold, but it should be like in the 80s, like 85 this weekend. So I'll probably not feel so soupy. But then maybe it gets cold again and I want soup. I turned on my heater for the first time this year, November 1st. It wasn't that cold, but I wanted to get a little bit of the chill out of the air. And I feel like that's reasonable, right? It's like the one small gap in time. Well, we have a little bit in spring where neither the air conditioning nor the heat is going, and that's pretty thrilling. But the air conditioner might come on again this weekend. It's going to be hot. It's just fine. My husband wants to go golfing a lot, so I really want him to have good weather. But I also want to be cozy and have soup. Leroy was driving me crazy with that ball. But he was so excited I found it again underneath the ottoman. I didn't know that that's where he put it. I am happy at this point that I think things are wrapping up, but the level of pissed I am that I'm doing my floors, I could talk myself out of doing my floors for 6 months, I think. Like I could be like, no, if we, especially with this vacuum thing where I'm like, no, I ran the vacuum over it. It's fine. We never need to mop again. Like I'd have to wait for something catastrophic, like one of my kids to throw up in the middle of the house. Wouldn't put it past him. I was really worried about it this Halloween. I was like, could we like put brakes on the candy? I do not want to clean up vomit. Thanks. I could go 6 months or somebody throws up in the middle of the living room before I mopped. That's how annoying I find mopping. I think it's stupid. I don't think it should happen. Ugh. But my floors do look really shiny. I do get asked this all the time when I use, you guys, it's just the bulk floor cleaner from Sam's Club, which is Walmart's Costco. It's the Members Mark bulk brand, which I did not dilute for like the first year of using it. And I was like, oh, I don't really like it. It's very sticky. It like leaves a sticky residue. And then months and months and months later from doing that, I read the bottle and it is like deeply concentrated. It's something like 2 tablespoons concentrate per gallon of water. Wasn't even close to that. Not even kind of close. So once you dilute it, pretty fantastic. Been using the same jug for 2.5 years now. Probably will be using it for 3.5. And that's because I was using it straight for half of a jug. Like, it's crazy. So highly recommend. And then the mop itself is just a basic Bona mop. It's like $26 on Amazon. And that's what I use for my floors. All right, here I'm annoyed because I immediately dropped that wiping rag, but I get a new one. So that's exciting. Didn't continue wiping with the foot rag. I still have to process my carrots and celery. Oh, frick, I better do that tomorrow, huh? And I have all these bags of potatoes and onions, and I just keep moving them around the house. I haven't had the energy. Oh, I should roast some sweet potatoes too. I do love those. Dishes that go in the sink do not count. So all of my dishes are done. I love that. Oh, we are so close to being done, guys. I feel fine. I'm not running out of steam whatsoever. This voiceover is completely manageable and I am amazing. I do think I am coming out of the tail end of not being sick, which I'm really grateful for. Um, it's the tiredness that's getting me, especially when I have so many things I should be doing. I don't think I should be allowed to get sick on holiday weeks. I think that's dumb and I don't want to do it. So I won't. The end. I mean, like, phone it in holidays like Valentine's Day. I can be sick on Valentine's Day. I don't care about that. Um, yeah, that's fine by me. But like the week of Halloween, ugh. Oh well, October was a hard month for me. So I'm excited to be in November. Very happy about it. And also, I was not expecting to have my husband here with me for most of November, and that has changed. And that is also extremely thrilling for me. I love having him around. It makes me super happy. But I'm also looking forward to completely abandoning him this spring. I do think I will try to do my epic RV trip, but we will not talk about it. We shall not talk about it. We do not want to curse it. I am still following through with the bank with their predatory loan where they're messing with my interest. And I was just looking at what they charged for my interest for my last payment. And I genuinely think they have like a spinny wheel and they just spin the wheel and be like, how much is going to go to principal? How much is going to go to interest? Let's see. And it's not even close. It just isn't close. This time they erred in my favor. Hopefully they don't watch this. And almost all of my payment went to principal and hardly any of it went to interest. And so I'm like, I know they're going to go back a year from now and claw it back. I just know it. They freaking suck. It's fine. So I have been trying to aggressively pay that down, but we're kind of backing off since we're not getting paid. Well, my husband isn't. I am the breadwinner. Look at me now. Look at me. I am the breadwinner here. And so he has to trophy wife, and I love that for me. Honestly, that just means he gets to sit in his nest and doom scroll, so I hate that for me. This is why I can't get so successful. I get a trophy wife because I set the standard of how much effort you have to put into it, and it's almost zero. And I do not want an almost zero partner. Also, suddenly, we're done. Look at my stuff. I really like how this turned out. I am trying not to mourn the loss of my Halloween decor. But what do you think? I like it. I like where the candles landed, but I also kind of liked them nestled into that garland. Okay, entryway. Remember, you were supposed to look and tell me, what do we think about these leaves? Okay on camera right there, but really the big part is here. tacky. Pretend that I pin them up to where they're not falling down, but they're more framing it. I turned on all of my candles. We're leaving them up because they are necessary for Christmas and they are an epic pain in the ass. So I do not want it to, it involves a hair dryer. So I don't want to pull them down. I did order more to fill out this area, the candles, and one package just never, ever, ever shipped. And so I ordered a new package. It should be here tomorrow. We'll see if that's the truth or not. I don't trust Jeff Bezos. He and I are fighting right now. So I don't even know. But just things look cute, right? I think it's cute, but it just looks a little empty to me. But maybe it's because I overindulged on Halloween. What do you guys think? Look, does it look empty? Does it look balanced? I don't know. And I was like, oh, let's go show Cash App. And then I realized Sweet Potato was right there. So there she is. And she wants to say that she loves you. Bye.